38% of HR people found any class in accounting beneficial for their career. My goal is to change that because there's a lot of information that we need to know. However, if HR was responsible for accounting, this is what it would look like. Half of the numbers are accurate. That's why we're auditing the other 58%. Right? If we ran accounting, this is what we look at, 108%, right? All right, so that's what we're trying to fix. But I know you're all asking this question. I'm asking it too. Anytime I have anyone show up for this session, why in God's name am I here? It's a Friday morning. There's a beach 10 miles down the road. Why am I not there? Instead of listening about accounting. Okay, well, how many of you believe we've got a seat at the table now? I think most of us think we're getting there. So we need to go beyond that. Instead of just a seat at the table, we need to have a voice. And if we want to have a voice, what do we need? We need knowledge. We need to know what we're talking about. We need to speak in the language of the other people that are sitting at the table. Everyone else but HR talks about numbers. So we need to learn how to do that.
How many of you have an open door policy? How many of you believe your managers have an open door policy? Wow. The hands, there were like 4 hands that went up after everyone else's hands went up. Here's a big thing, because this will help defend against a lawsuit. By saying we have an open door policy and by proving how that open door policy has worked in the past. If you want to have a conversation, come talk to us before going to an attorney. Because this policy, along with a harassment policy that shows the steps you need to take, is your first line of defense when the first time you hear about a harassment issue is from their attorney.
So I've got a hiring manager who has a turnover rate of 50% of new hires within the first 90 days. There's a problem. By the way, if you make a great hire, who made the hire? The hiring manager. If it's a bad hire, who made the hire? HR. Absolutely. Okay, just as long as we understand that and know the playing field we're playing on, we're good. But then sometimes we say, hey, I'm in HR though, and I know how to do this, and I know what I want to do. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to create this flow chart that's going to talk about everything that we need to do, because there are so many critical things we need to focus on. So first, we're going to hire the employee, because that's where we start, right? Absolutely. And then I'm going to give you a baseline skills test, because I need to know where you're not very good, so we can set up a training program to improve your skills. Because we only focus on attitude, we don't focus on skills when you come into the organization. Because that's what Chad said, focus on attitude, not skill. And then the phone system, in case the phone rings, yeah, you're going to hang up on someone 3 times in the first week. But we're going to explain the phone system, because then we're going to conduct a sexual harassment class, because we're sick of Me Too movements. And Me Too movement is not going to hit our organization. So we're going to talk about sexual harassment class, because it has to be done on your very first day. And in fact, even before lunch, because now we're going to break for lunch. I know you've been with us for a little while, but thank you for staying awake. Afterward, I'm going to convince the new hire to return back to the office. And then we're going to remind you, hey, by the way, you will get to meet your manager later on today. We're going to look at the performance review form, because I want you to know how we're going to judge you. I want you to know what the performance criteria are going to be in our organization. And after that, we're going to ask the new hire why they're crying. The final step of this whole process is to explain to the hiring manager why the new hire quit and start the whole process over again. How many of you feel sometimes your new hire, your onboarding experience looks a little bit like this? How many hoops? How many? Okay, the same 2 in the back keep raising their hand for everything. By the way, I'd like to introduce you to your president and your past president. If you need any guidance, talk to them. They're going to help you. We can fix these issues. We can fix these problems. It just takes time. And it takes a focused effort on our part. Thanks.